Well.
Back in the solar. It's been too long since we were all together like this. Not since after Moonbreeder.
Much has changed since then. We ourselves, most of all.
Though not all who were lost could be gathered here today, we may take comfort in the knowledge that those who are not are carrying on the fight.
While I am grateful to our friends in the north for their hospitality, it isn't half good to be back.
But, as Papalima rightly said, much has changed since we last stood here. The Scions of the Seventh Dawn are not as they once were, nor should we be. Our travels in the north brought us into contact with a host of fine and generous people, and their selfless deeds serve to show me that it is not lofty causes that should inform our actions, but our hearts. And I hope that the Scions might continue in this manner, as individuals driven by individual principles. Provided we all sincerely desire to work towards Eorzea's salvation, I believe the paths we follow to achieve it need not, and should not, be dictated by any single ideal.
Companions bound by a common purpose, free to go whither they will. The idea is not without merit. Very well. I shall resume my research of the primals and the elder gods of Eorzea. Should anyone have need of my findings, you need only ask. I should be glad of your continued assistance.
Well, my main purpose in coming here was to see the signs of the Seventh Dawn restored and my dear friend found. Nevertheless, having involved myself in your struggles, I feel compelled to see them through to the bitter end. For Minfilia's sake.
You know, I wonder
is,
if getting
there
a
are no
VPN will
objections.
help the connection. Of me not getting disconnected. I don't know. Like, there's no error.
You will always be welcome here, Cryle.
Just disconnect.
Urianger, can we trust you to carry on your investigation of the Ascians as before?
Regardless of mine own desires, I am undeserving of your trust, having so villainously deceived you all.
Now, I'll hear no more of that. 'Twould be disrespectful of Minfilia's wishes. She entrusted matters here to us, that we might protect this star and understand the truth which hides at her heart. Mayhap I can handle the former, but I think you far better suited to the latter. No?
Very well. Then out of love for my Lady Minfilia and Moonbreeder both, this shall be my solemn charge.
Papalimo and I should probably return to Thanalan to keep an eye on the Resistance. There's still the matter of the Griffin and the Amalja, not to mention the new Imperial Viceroy. That little lot must be worthy of our attention, right?
And what will you do, Alize?
You know I have no great love for organizations and formalities. That being said, this new approach you propose is not wholly objectionable, and we've always got him to keep us from bickering.
Haysoos!
But I will suffer no titles. I am not here for House Leveilleur, nor to walk in Grandfather's shadow.
Upon that point, we see eye to eye. If it please you, you may think of me as but another comrade in arms.
Well then, Alfie, I, for my part, shall see to the paperwork and the finances with my characteristic aplomb.
I would not have it any other way, Tataru. And we mustn't forget you. What now for the Warrior of Light?
A bath. A nice cold bath. The road ever goes on.
Indeed.
The path behind us was fraught with hardship, and the path before us will be no less unforgiving. But a new dawn shall break over the realm, and I see before me the faces of those who will deliver it.
One world's heroes are another world's villains. One world's loss, another world's gain. Where men go as one, there is life. And where there is life,
there is strife.
My friends, if I may, I would ask that you entrust Tupsimati to me.
No.
Clouds gather upon the horizon, and as Master Louisoix's disciple, I would keep it close at hand. Thank you. I shall guard it well.
there is cause to hope. For every ending, every parting, marks a new beginning.
Well done, brother. You may resume your normal duties and rejoin the others. The coming battle shall be our greatest yet, and I intend to stand with you all on the glorious day. True believers are so readily led. I have given them everything they desired, all for which they have prayed. I doubt you can say the same for your pawns. Get what you wanted then. Was it all worth it in the end? They were some unexpected developments, but they were ultimately to our benefit. Be it host to a surfeit of light or dark, a world bereft of equilibrium is but void in waiting, and a void is of no use to my master. I shall follow her emissary. As for the pawns whom you so pity, they have been delivered unto me a gift, which I do now present to you. I knew it! The eyes of Nidhogg. Many were the candidates considered, but by your deeds you have proven yourself the most deserving. A man of boundless rage and boundless despair, in whose breast beats a heart. In whose breast beats a heart which thirsts for vengeance. Only you are fit to wield these eyes, for you... Oh, I know whose shoes those are. Those are... So it was here all along. It's Nero! Oh, just you wait, my pretty. You and I are going to have so much fun. Ha 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 ha. No retreat, no surrender. Tartaru at the Diamond Forge. Tidings from Gyr Abanya. Tidings from Gyr Abanya! I'm sorry to drag you all the way from your duties, but as I said, this won't take long. I just need you to stand perfectly still for a few moments. Wait. What do you think you're doing, Tataru? Huh? Oh! Right, everyone, ready to go to work. Oh. Now, no squirming now. Oh, and you might want to close your eyes. No, don't touch me. There, all finished. The warrior's lights every measurement, from heroic head to intrepid toe. What do you think you're doing? Well, you wouldn't you like to know? All in good time, Haysoos. All in good time. Aha! Found you! Alphino wants everyone in the Solar for a meeting. I don't know what it's about, but it seemed to think it was very important. Go on. We have everything we need. No sense in keeping everyone waiting. Another meeting, it seems.
We're here. Did we miss anything?
We would not presume to begin without you, Ida. Orianger has returned to the Waking Sands, but everyone else is now present.
Yes, but for what exactly? We all have duties to attend to, Alphino, so you may dispense with the preamble.
Thank you, Elise. It is the very subject of those duties which compelled me to call this gathering. Though the Warriors of Darkness no longer pose a threat, Eorzea's many troubles demand no less of our attention. And while I stand by the decision to approach each task as we see fit, I fear our effectiveness will ultimately be diminished should we continue to act in ignorance of each other's efforts. Thus, I propose we elect a successor to Minfilia. Not to serve as a fully fledged antecedent, perhaps, but as a coordinator of operations.
Is that all? Oh, then the decision seems clear. No one else has shown any enthusiasm for the role, and judging by your performance at our previous meeting, you would seem the perfect candidate. You always did have a flair for politics.
I did not mean to... That was not my intention. As my tenure as commander of the Crystal Braves comprehensively demonstrated, I lack the qualities required for such an office. I would much prefer to remain as I am now, a soldier in the field, so to speak.
Should none of our numbers step forward, must we then constrain some unwilling candidate to take up the position?
Well, based on merit alone, a certain adventurer would be my choice, though I concede he might struggle to balance his new responsibilities with, let me see, slaying primals, thwarting legatuses, and feeding the orphan poor.
Thancred makes a good point. Any who would wear such a mantle would be bound by its obligations. Have we not become sufficiently familiar with each other's methods to act without an overseer? At present, I see no cause to so willingly limit one of our number.
Oh my goodness! Help! I need some help here!
I smell help. I mean...
Tataru, are you all right?
Me? I'm fine. It's this poor girl who just staggered in and collapsed on the floor that I'm worried about.
Narco! Gods, how did... Yashola! Please, you have to help her.
Kral, a hand if you would. Let us see about closing these wounds.
Now, we've staunched the bleeding, but it may be a while before you can move about again. Though having seen your wounds, I'm surprised you are still moving at all.
Thank you. My message. It was too important to delay. I took the shortest route I could, though I knew it was more heavily patrolled. As you can see, my efforts at evasion were not entirely successful.
Honestly, you're too brave for your own good. What was so urgent that you needed to fight half the Empire to get here? You could have been killed.
I'm sorry, Ida. I had good reason. But I imagine your friends are wondering who this bloody mess of a Mikote is.
Mikote.
My name is Minago, and I belong to the Alamegan Resistance. I came to warn Ida and Papalimo about one of our leaders. A man who calls himself the Griffin. He's always been dangerous, but he's planning something new. Something reckless.
The Griffin, you say? I've heard the name. Rumor has it your man is eager to test his claws.
Aye, and on no easy target. He means to assault Belthar's wall from the Alamegan side.
But what does the Griffin possibly hope to gain from such an attack?
From what I understand, he wants the fires of war to spread to Eorzea. And for that, he needs to control the border with Gridania.
So, he means to spark a conflict between the Alliance and the Imperial forces stationed in Alamigo, to have Eorzea's armies aid in the liberation effort, whether they will it or no.
His plan is flawed. Even should the Resistance succeed in occupying the wall, they would not be able to hold it. Imperial reinforcements would drive them out within a week.
Be that as it may, if there is even a chance that this scheme could bring about an escalation in hostilities between Eorzea and the Empire, the Alliance must be informed.
Agreed. I should depart for Limsa forthwith and seek an audience with the Admiral. Thancred, Uldar is yours. Alphino and Alize, make haste to the Twelveswood and notify the Elder Seedseer of the danger to Gridania. She will duly call a council of the Alliance leaders, whom you must be ready to receive. You will be our voice in Ishgard. Explain the situation to Sir Emeric, and encourage him to send an envoy. To Taru, Kryl, I leave the care of our injured messenger to you. See that she remains quiescent and her wounds closed. I believe that covers everything. Let us be about our tasks.
I suspect the ill tidings from Girabania will be held as a turning point. The beginning to a bloody end. The business of war was ever conducted with the coin of self-sacrifice. 'Twas Master Louis Soir himself who taught us that such costs are not to be ignored or denied. And so, I shall embrace them. When the time comes, I will make my choice, as you will yours.
Back to the frozen wastelands. Yeah, what's this? Good to see you, my friend. 'Tis but a pity it must be under such circumstances. Had Lucina not informed me of the urgency of your suit, I would certainly have sent for some wine. Back to business. I thank you for bringing these developments in Alamigo to our attention. Ishgard will of course send an envoy to attend the council in Gridania. I cannot say who will represent us. However, as the choice is not mine to make, not mine alone at any rate, given the immense of the threat, we may forego the formalities of a full assembly. But I will still need to consult my counterpart in the House of Commons prior to proceeding. Will you permit me some time to make the necessary arrangements? Of course. Thank you. Our representative, whomever we select, will receive a suitable escort. Make your preparations and inform Sir Handelloop that he is to lead in your absence. Yes, my lord. Yes, Lord Commander. Yes, Lord Commander. Haysoos, pray accompany Lucia to the gates of judgment and make ready to depart for Gridania. I will have our envoy join you as soon as I can. Fury speed you on your way. Money. Wait at the gates of judgment. Lord Overseer. Greetings, my friend. It's been quite a while indeed. I shouldn't be surprised if you have forgotten me. Oh, no. Of course I haven't forgotten you. I saved you. Honored that I am, that you should remember me. Much more has happened since we first met. Not least of all the war's end and Ishgard's transformation. It feels like ages ago that you and Lord Honchefant saved me from a heretic's fate. You have proven your worth to me then. Even so, little did I expect that you would go on to save our entire nation. You are a hero to us all, and no amount of words can express my gratitude. Not only through actions could I begin to repay the debt. Thus did I resolve to do my part for Ishgard, that I might honor those noble souls who risk life and limb to protect the nations, souls such as you and Lord Honchefant. And so, when an overseer was being sought for the restoration project, I put forth my candidacy as the representative of my house. Our workshops and engineers could be put to good use, I reasoned. It was by no means unanimous. By the Fury saw fit to see me elected to the office. Honored I am for this opportunity to serve the nation and to redeem House Leonard's good name. Owing the contribution of artisans hailing from far and wide, we have accomplished our goals of rebuilding the district. However, we are still short-handed in the area of administration, on account of which I have been performed such odd tasks as I could. what brings me here today. As a matter of fact, I am about to go and survey our citizens in order to learn what they envision for the firmament. What is this quest called? The firmament. Baby doo. Just before I go to the destination. The internet's staying strong. We meet again. As it happens, my counterpart in the House of Commons agreed that I should act as Ishgard's envoy. Not I concede that there was ever any real doubt. As Lord Commander of the Temple Knights, it is my duty to sanction any military cooperation. But that as it may, I could not in good conscience make a decision alone, not with the ink scarce dry in the Republic's Book of Status. I trust you understand, my friend. Alas, I must test your patience still further by making a brief stop at Camp Dragonhead. Given the trouble brewing in the Black Shroud, I would see that the garrison is ready to defend the border. Boom. Oh. 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 I miss you, Chiffon. The garrison commander waits within. Why not accompany me, Haysoos? You may see a familiar face. Oh, I already went inside. I already went inside and saw it. Haysoos, old boy, how wonderful to see you, and Sir Emmerich, too. To what do I owe the unexpected pleasures? I will have some mulled wine brought up from the kitchen at once, if you will excuse. Nay, do not trouble yourself, Honorot. We shall soon be on our way. Lucia, a brief summary, if you will. Yes, Lord Commander. Those villains hardly need an excuse to wage war. Bloodletting comes as naturally as breathing an imperial. And thus, we shall strengthen our patrols as you suggest. We shall also be sure to communicate these developments to Lord Francel and the Observatorium. I see you have everything in hand. Carry on, Commander. Surprised to see yours truly at the helm? You and me both, old boy. I doubt I'll feel worthy to sit where he sat. Yet, we can but play the hand we're dealt. And with a little help from veterans and honorees, ceaseless chiding, I'm sure I'll muddle through. So worry not, old boy. Off to Gridania with you. Oh, Chiffon. You were taken away. Speak with Sir Emmerich at New Gridania. Diplomatic duties have brought us here. Whoa. What? Bikini armor. Fascinating. It's Yurgiri! I had hoped to slip unannounced, but I see I was not the only one delayed in my arrival. Greetings, Sir Emmerich. Admiral, always a pleasure. And Haysoos, I trust you are well. 'Tis a day for reunions, it seems. I believe you are well acquainted with my escort? Master Haysoos, I was glad to hear from Rael that the missing scions have now been found. Yes. There is much more I would discuss with you, but let us first attend to our issue at hand, shall we?
I bid you welcome, my friends. As you will by now be aware, the Scions of the Seventh Dawn have come into possession of certain intelligence concerning recent developments in the region of Gyr Abania. It springs, I am assured, from an unimpeachable source. Is that not so, Master Alphino?
Indeed, Elder Seedseer. Our information comes directly from a member of the Resistance's inner circle, and we have no cause to doubt its veracity.
This griffin of theirs is a fool if he thinks he can hold Belsar's wall against the Empire. When the Imperials move to take it back, they will come in force, and the resulting fighting is all but certain to spill over into the Black Shroud.
At the Battle of Cartano, the combined might of 3 grand companies labored to contend with the remnants of but a single Imperial legion. Alone, Gridania would be hard-pressed indeed to hold back the tide, should the Garleans turn their minds from reclamation to invasion.
May I once more convey my nation's deepest regrets for our inaction in the days prior to the calamity. 'Tis a stain upon our ledger that I would fain remove. Elder Seedseer, I do hereby request leave to deploy a defensive force within the borders of Gridania. Ishgard's return to the Alliance shall be honored by more than mere ink upon parchment.
The Doman people, too, would join any effort that weakens our common foe. We are few, but our most seasoned shinobi are at your disposal.
On behalf of my people, I offer you my humble thanks. Gridania welcomes your assistance.
It is time we set our contingency plans in motion. Is the Alliance agreed? Then let us make ready for war. Victory favors the swift, and there is much to be done.
The Council knows that Alamigo will not soon be wrested from the Empire, and its decision to bolster the border's defenses seems eminently practical. Why then, brother, do you scowl so?
I agree that they have chosen the wisest course available. Indeed, the only reasonable one. Yet something feels awry. In making ready for war, is the Alliance not granting the Griffin the very thing he desired? Any attempt to hold the wall is doomed to failure, aye. But I wonder if we have misjudged the prize for which he plays.
That the Council was able to reach an accord so swiftly is a heartening development in itself. I only hope my misgivings prove unfounded. Ah, good you have yet to depart. I feared I had missed you. Sir Emmerich! Master Alphino, a pleasure as always. And Mistress Alice, how wonderful to see you thus recovered. Pardon the interruption. I had hoped to thank Haysoos for serving as our escort before our duties called him away. I also wish to thank our Doman ally. Hiding in the shadows. Forgive me, my lord. I was but awaiting an opportune moment to join the conversation, and a force of habit made me keep to the shadows. No apologies are necessary, Mistress Yugiri. I was most grateful for your interjection and when I offered Ishgard support. My nation's historic failure to heed the Alliance's plea for aid is a matter of record. Even so, the Alliance's leaders were plainly unprepared for my impromptu apology. Oh, shoot. I only did my duty, Sir Emmerich. The Empire is an enemy to us all, and we are grateful for your opportunity to fight at your side. And full glad are we to have you. Pray convey my regards to the Scions. My friends, we must return to Ishgard. Whatever is wrong with a simple sorry or thank you? Must politicians always make a speech out of everything? That is how we adults speak, dear sister. Mayhap the ones who like the sound of their own voice. In any case, our business here isn't concluded. We should be on our way as well. Will you accompany us to Revenant's Toll, Yugiri? Actually, I think I shall first pay a brief visit to the East Shroud. I'm curious to know how Papalimo and Yida fared in their talks with the Sylphs. Not to mention what has been going on Belsar's Wall. I will join you at the Rising Stones anon. Speak with Alice at Remnant's Toll. One more night in Ampador. Griffin, Griffin on the wall. Griffin, Griffin, who will fall? Griffin, Griffin, I will claim them all. Griffin, Griffin. Ah. Are you returned from the council? But what of Alphino? Did some other matter require his attention? Mine apology, friends. I trust we have not kept you waiting over long. Greetings, everyone. Oh, Kryl. How's Nyago doing? She will be alright, won't she? I don't see why not. She's sleeping at the moment. Tataru is keeping an eye on her, so we'll know soon enough. If there's any change in her condition, her wounds are healing well. With sufficient rest, I am certain she will make a full recovery. Thank goodness for that. Now, mayhap, would you share with us the Council's decision? Each of the nations, Ishgard included, have committed to providing military support to Gridania. The Eorzean Alliance will soon have a significant force in the Black Shroud, ready to respond to any Imperial act of aggression. You know, I almost wish the council would stop messing around and give the Griffin what he wants. I wouldn't like to be the Imperial caught between the Resistance and the Alliance. Ida, you can't be serious. You cannot be seriously. One does not lightly go to war with the Garlean Empire. Quite. To open hostilities would without due consideration would be to invite disaster. If only there was some way to reach the Griffin. Some means to convince him to abandon this reckless course. It may not be entirely feasible. There is a network of tunnels beneath Belzar's wall, secret passages dug by the Resistance to provide a way out of Alamigo, which may equally serve as a way in. Precisely. If all in an agreement, I would be the one to undertake the necessary negotiations. I am familiar with the route, and the Resistance is familiar with me. About familiar as they are with me, you mean? Say what you want. I'm coming too. I have some experience in the practice of infiltration. If you want to have me, my services are at your disposal. As are mine. It has been far too long since I shared a shadow with a shinobi, and I do not intend to waste the opportunity. 4 is quite sufficient for an infiltration mission. Greater numbers will only serve to increase the risk of detection. Kryl and I will direct our energies elsewhere. What about you, Levieurs? I will return to the East Shroud and stand watch over the border. Should the matters take a turn to the worst, it would seem wise to be on hand. Might I prevail upon you to accompany me, Haysoos? Gridania will be safer for your presence. And while it may not seem the most thrilling duty, dear sister, might I ask you remain at the Rising Stones to pass on a message and so on? To hold the fort, you mean? Very well, I suppose the task must fall to someone. Safe travels, all of you. What is this Mahachi material? This can go in right here. Griffin, Griffin on the wall. 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 Who will fall? Oh, my children. Ah, Haysoos, there you are. Come. A hand spire awaits. The Alliance officers are on the platform, should be able to apprise us of any development at the wall. To all my fancy meeting the two of you here. We were about to set forth. Indeed, I was about to say 12 watch over you, but I doubt you'll have the need of divine protection even if you're venturing into enemy territory. Don't worry, Alphino. We'll have the griffin by the scruff of the neck before you know it. Do make up your mind, Ida. Nary a moment you seemed ready to shake the griffin by the hand, rather than the neck. So which is it to be? 'Twould be best to decide before we enter the negotiations. Trust me, Papalimo. I'll shake whatever needs shaking. The talking part, I leave to you. I feel a headache coming on. Let's be on our way, shall we? Ah, some things never change. Well then, shall we make for the spire? Our alliance friends will doubtless have news for us. Ah, the spire. Just flying on the wind. Servant Scout. Welcome, Warrior of Light. I assume you are here to speak with our commanding officers. You will find them on the observation platform. Pray proceed. Greetings, my friends. 'Tis good to see you both well. Ah, Pippin. I was hoping you might turn up. I've dragged half the watch here. See, in sight of you might help remind him why we bothered. Ah. If my memory serves me, I have not seen many of you since the day of the grand melee. Having borne the brunt of your blows, may I say, what an honor it is to stand at your side. 'Tis heartening indeed to see realm's most stalwart defenders thus gathered in the common cause. Speaking of which, what news from the wall? All has been quiet. Well. Report? What? 7 hells. Fighting has broken on top of the walls? A full-scale assault? So the Griffin has made his move. Someone has... And what's that supposed to mean? The attackers, they're wearing Grand Company colors. Impossible! We gave no such order! Of course. The wall was never Griffin's target. It was bait. We have been goaded into deploying our armies nearby, thus lending way to his deception. If those uniforms were convincing enough to deceive my scouts, the Empire surely would think we've launched an offensive. This could mean war. Even so, this may yet be no more than a diversion. With the armies of the Alliance occupying the Empire's attention, it would be comparatively easy for the Griffin supporters to slip into Alamigo. He could have incite a rebellion amongst the populace, which the Imperial reserves would be hard-pressed to contain. Eorzea, meanwhile, would be plunged into chaos. Haysoos, we must make way for the wall at once. What? Just the two of you? Our companions embarked on a mission to sway the Griffin from his course, and are likely halfway to his command post by now. They will emerge in the midst of a raging battle, and I do not mean to abandon them to their fate. It will be dangerous, but the confusion may work to our advantage. If we are careful to avoid the skirmishing, it may yet be possible to reach the Griffin, and if we can do that... Lady Hilda, might I ask you have an airship ready to bear the Scions to safety? Ha! I don't know who this Lady Hilda is, Marshal, but you can count on me. We must prepare for Imperial reprisals. May the Navigator guide us through this storm. The plot thickens. Forward, comrades! The time has come to drive the Empire from Alamigo and force action upon those who have turned their backs to our suffering for so long. Let this victory be the first step in liberation of our homeland. Alamigo will be free no matter the cost. God damn. Speak. We must prepare for war, it seems. Yeah. Hey, where the heck did you come from? From what Papillamo told me, the trail ahead should lead us into the shadow of the wall. As we have two objectives, I suggest we divide our forces. I shall make straight ways for the tunnels and attempt to intercept our comrades ere they stumble into a bloodbath. While I do so, I must ask you to scale the wall. I know that I would not propose such a course if there were any other way, but the time for subtlety is past. Take a band of your most trusted companions and cut a path through to the Griffin. Makes him seem reasoned by any means necessary. Once we are free of tunnels, we will make for your position with all due haste. And if everything proceeds according to plan, Hilda will swoop in and spirit us away. I only pray that we have enough time. Belsar's Wall, now accessible. said. Belsal's wall. Less than 5 minutes. The waiting game is my favorite game and name. The Azure Dragoon. The Azure Dragoon. One way or we're on the path of vengeance. We're gonna take back what is ours. Scheme. It's a big wall. That's a big wall. That's a big wall. Gotta go on the wall. I see that this is going to be a while. Tick-tock on the clock and the time's moving forward. There's only one way up. We got a damage dealer, DPS for short. Now we just need one more and a healer for our report. Haysoos is back in the tank. He gonna take all the damage. Swore to the Lord in the center. D6er, Arrow 6er, McDixer. Oh no! Yeah, 6er McDixer. Oh hell nah, man. Here we go, here we go. Haysoos is ready to go. Go assault the wall. Here we go. Belsar's Wall. The Black Shroud. Santa's here. The whole Santa crowd's here. We move forward, undisturbed. We move forward! Stay steadfast. Oh no, I've been stunned. Stunned. We move forward. Yep. Everything's okay. Armored weapon. Alright, here we go. Phew. Okay. Almost done through this dungeon. Activate the thingy. Fucking Griffin loyalists. Let's go! Let's go! Fucking L-Bird. Fucking L-Bird. Damn L-Bird. Damn L-Bird.
How'd you like these?
Sloppy.
I'll tear you limb from limb. Yeah. Sloppy. For Alamigo! I have you now. Yeah. How'd you like these? Yeah! Sloppy.
I'll tear you limb from limb.
Sloppy.
For Alamigo! I have you now. How'd you like this? Yeah!
Yeah, fall to the ground, you traitor. Get what you fucking deserve, mate. Oh.
You've beaten me, aye. But you cannot stop what I've begun. Behold, a glimpse of things to come.
Wait, I can't skip this.
Gangs!
We did it! We showed the bastards!
Aye! Victory is ours!
And who knows, lads? Mayhap the Eorzeans will finally see sense when the enemy turns up on their bloody doorstep.
This is for Alamigo, for Eorzea. They die that others may live. Vanguards! Attack!
Seven hells. Do you hear that?
War machines. How did they get here so quickly?
Stand your ground! For the resistance!
There's nowhere to run. We're cut off.
What are we thinking? The Empire's too big. Too powerful.
Then Elbert yeeted himself off the cliff.
There you are.
As you can see, our infiltrators did not elude me for long. Lady Ugiri is sending for an airship even as we speak.
What do we do? This is a massacre!
How wonderful to see you, Commander.
Ilberd, I should have known. This has to end. It has to end now. Do you not see your countrymen dying? Have your ideals rendered you blind even to that? Order the retreat, and we will help your soldiers to safety.
Retreat? With the moment of my triumph so close at hand? You truly are a sheltered child, Leverrier.
Nidhogg's eyes. No abyss is too deep for you, I see. But trust me when I say that such power was not meant for mortal hands.
How long have I struggled to reach this point? My countrymen, so inured to the taste of defeat, they no longer balk at its bitterness, shouting my throat raw with rallying cries, only to be greeted with dull eyes and blank faces. My brothers and sisters in Ulda have surrendered to their apathy and their appetites. Were it not for the glint of Lodorito's coin, I doubt even those here now would have answered my call. Take back our homeland! Free Alamigo! Ha! They'll happily mouth the words, but they won't spill the blood. You say no mortal should wield these eyes? Then I shall gladly become a demon. I will suckle on the souls of the hopeless and liberate the homeland they no longer deserve.
What exactly do you mean to do?
Did you hear their cries as victory was snatched away from them? Even with their dying breaths, they cursed the Empire. Never has their desire for vengeance been so raw, so true. A god has no need of faith when summoned by so pure a purpose.
Summoned? You cannot mean to fight the Empire with a primal! You know full well the danger, the futility of relying on such power.
Oh yes, I know their limitations. Which is why I will call upon a deity more terrible than the very black worm of the calamity itself.
What? Here? Now?
Like hells you will!
An ending to mark a new beginning. My pain, my longing, you shall have it all! You shall have it all! Yeet!
Ah yes, Ilbird. Sloppy. Hey, I'm Ara. I had to rewatch this cutscene twice because my stream keeps getting disconnected and I keep getting disconnected from Final Fantasy XIV and it's very annoying. I don't know why. I have full strength connection. Total bars. If I check my internet speed, it says very fast. So I don't know if it's just because Wi-Fi is Wi-Fi, but it's being dumb. Sloppy. That's me to the internet. Sloppy.
This light, is it?
Loser. Works.
His death completed the ritual.
Otherwise, Ara
The
or
primal
Lu
is taking
works.
shape.
That sucks. Hopefully it doesn't cut out again this time around. Yeah.
There must be something we can do.
I thought it was going to make me have to do the dungeon again, but it just started the cutscene, so I was like,
There
okay.
is one thing.
What? Hey, where do you think you're going?
And then it cut out right there.
Master Louisoix briefly contained Bahamut by means of a potent spell of sealing. I will now attempt to do the same.
But that's impossible! We would need hours to collect the necessary ether, if not days!
Believe...
Alphino, though I concede it may not always be apparent, I was ever your grandsire's finest pupil.
Yeah.
Tinkerati, of course! The staff still holds enormous power, broken or not.
Don't you dare, Papalymo! I know how that spell works. It is time to leave.
Quite right. Quickly now, off you go. The further away, the better.
No! If you're staying, then so am I.
No, Ida. There is a path only you can walk, and it must not end here. Not like this.
Not like this.
Take her! Please, you have to take her!
We just reconnected. Why do you have to sacrifice yourself?
Oh. What? No! Damn it, Thancred! Put me down! Thancred!
We should be able to just give the deity
This is one battle you cannot fight. Away with you! Go!
a good slapping. Fine. Only one deity we can't fight. You're talking to the warrior of light, baby. I can give it a good slap with a crystal spike.
I bid thee farewell again, my dear Ida. Now, let us see how good a student I truly was.
I mean, it's a really cool spell. Huzzah! And let's see those pants I got. I wasn't able to see them. I can sell them for tickets. Why? Why didn't they let me stay? Papa Limo is my friend. I should have been there with him. You could see it in his eyes, Ida. He knew what he was doing, what he had to be done. What had to be done. Master Louisoix wore the same look right before the end. Do you think I don't know that? I know, all right. I know! Even, there is nothing more you could have done. Ilberd caught us off guard. Even Haysoos was powerless to stop him. Well, I mean, I could have stopped him, but, like, the plot didn't let me. If you must blame someone, then blame me. Just promise that you will never forget what Papa Limo strove to protect, or the lesson he tried to teach you. Don't speak to me. Damn plot. Perhaps we could have, I don't know, used... I don't know. We could have, like, I don't know, thrown a dagger at him. If I was a machinist, I could have shot him. Oh right, I'm a paladin. I could throw my shield, knock out the eyeballs from his hands, and then like run up to him and shield bash him. Then he's stunned. But then again, he's a boss, so he can't get stunned. Darn. Yeah, quest complete. Once again, I find myself at a loss of words. But Thancred is right. We must return to the Rising Stones, appraise our companions of all of this. Pray make your way there at once. I shall send a word to Y'shtola and the others of the imminent return. A lot of options. It's okay though. Yeah, it all works out in the end. Somewhat. How am I? I am alright. Frustrated, but good. Because usually when I first started streaming this account, right? And this character, I never had those disconnect issues. Only recently, in the past end of the month, it's been going on. I don't know if it's because it's getting to the end of the month and the ISP or my ISP is throttling me, or I don't know. Internet service provider, I don't know if they're throttling me. I mean, they could be, but every time I check the internet speed, it's just like, it's fast. Upload speed, fast. Wi-Fi, full bars. Sometimes it just says Twitch stability, unstable. Aye, behind the griffin's mask, we found the grinning face of an old adversary, Ilberd. I know not how, but he had in his possessions the eyes of Nidhogg. whose dread power he used to initiate a summoning ritual even as we looked on. Oh, even better, we could have just... Was there a way to destroy the eyes? I don't know. Throw them into a fire? Cut them in half with a sword? Instead of just tossing it off the bridge, you'd be like, haha, yeet! But it's a MacGuffin. Yeah, the internet was like that for me too. Scuffed for a good while. Damn you, internet. Why can't you just work? I don't know if that also maybe like because there's a storm. I don't know if that affects the internet. I wish I knew what was affecting it. I've tried so many things online to look up. I even looked at this thing called an event thing to see if event issues or whatnot. To no avail, it seems. By the 12, to no avail. The internet is unpredictable. It will cut out, and then there's nothing I can do about it. I don't understand. To attempt such a magic requires every ounce of one's aether. Not even grandfather could cast it and hope to survive. Indeed, it was ever a last resort. I am certain Papilamo was aware. Papilimo. Thus did the pupil follow in the footsteps of his master, even unto the grave. You know what sucks is we never actually see what happens to him, other than we just assume he was sucked into the spell and just disappeared, just like Ysel. Aether. I have yet been unable to explain how Ilbert came to possess Nidhogg's eyes. Well, we just tossed him. In the depths of the sea of clouds, a perpetual storm of water and wind, a spectred aether rages. No mortal could endure such conditions. Then mayhap it was the work of the Asians. But now is not the time for idle speculation, Kryl. I need your assistance. Yes, of course. We must inspect the cocoon of light and ascertain the state of the primal trapped within. Between our respective talents, I dare say we shall glean some measure of insight. Understood. I can promise I'll be able to sense much more than the barrier, though. I can't promise I'll be able to sense much more than the barrier, but I shall certainly do my best. As shall I. Let us be about it then. Never done it myself, but I imagine doing Coils of Bahamut gives some context of what happened to Papilimo. Yeah, I haven't done the well, I actually did do the Coils, but that was a long time ago, and like, that wasn't very fresh in my mind as the other story stuff. And it sucks too. The only reason why I did do it once was because during Stormblood, main antagonist's like, so he's the slayer of Bahamut. And I'm like, wait a minute, I never slayed Bahamut. What is this? So then you fight Bahamut pretty much in the Coils of Bahamut. But it's a hard raid dungeon. Like the dungeons raids are easier when you're a higher level, but like that level 50 dungeon, you need to almost do it at like uncapped. Pray forgive Arkan Yoshtola's brevity. She seeketh employment, lest her grief deprive her of will to act. I desire to comfort Ida's doubtless compoundeth her. I desire to confront Yida's doubtless compoundeth her unseemly haste. I too must contend with this grievous loss in mine own ways. By thy leave, Lady Alice, I shall honor our fallen colleague through gainful study. There exists writing which may yet further our understanding of this cocoon of light. Cocoon. Mayhap I was too quick to judge. Surrendering to sadness and regret would be poor tribute to Papi Lamu's sacrifice. Yet everyone did that for Moonbrita. Quite. We must begin preparations to face Ilbert's accursed creation without delay. What time we have was purchased all too dear a price for us to squander it. Ah! Quest complete. A school's out forever. The obvious solution is to contact a communication from the Alliance. Yeah, this last week before Endwalker comes out, I plan to do Coils of Bahamut so it's clear in my head. When do you plan to clear it? Yes, of course, our representative will be present. My thanks. Word from Gridania. The council will shortly be recovered. Wait, what? The council will shortly be reconvened. The alliance leaders have already begun to assemble the alliance. We wish to discuss the primal, of course. As of Y'shtola's last report, the cocoon yet hung above the wall unchanged. Yes, but the Elder Seedseer doubtless shares our concern about how long it will remain so. I am told Sid Garland has been called in to add his expertise to proceedings. A wise decision. The more minds we have working on this, the better. Well then, I suggest we leave the Rising Stones in Tataru's capable hands and make haste to the Lotus Stand. Because when you do the Bahamut, I can help with my my main character. Because my main character is on Cactuar, and he's level 80 machinist. I'll probably clear it Monday or Tuesday before maintenance, just do it solo so I can get the story. Ah. Foreign samurai.
A word, if you would, good sir. This place. It is within the realm of Eorzea.
Yes.
You're an odd-looking fellow, aren't you? Still, takes all sorts, I suppose. This here's Vesper Bay. Thanalan's door to the ocean, as some folk like to call it.
Am I to understand from your answer that I have indeed arrived in Eorzea?
Intimidating.
Eh? Yes? You're in Eorzea?
Ah! A plain response at last, and the one I wanted at that. My journey was not without its hardships, and I would sooner travel by land than put to sea again. You do not believe that so small a bark could bear me across the ocean? Such timid little sailors. I had but to set my course and set my jaw till I made port.
Oh, jeez. If you'd like to join, I don't mind. I should be fine, though. I think I can solo run it.
Perhaps have been wise to lay down my oars a moment to sup on more than the spray of brine water. By the trembling of my limbs, I sense a brief repast may be in order. Nay, I will not hearken to the feeble grumblings of an empty belly. Duty comes before all.
He made all those sounds.
Good God, man. Are you all right?
Hey, Orange is just...
Thou art far indeed from home, friend.
Oh yeah, I can, I think... Go get Soo, one of the best characters. Yeah. It's a cool image right here. Busy Games. Busy Games is live. Interesting. What is that? Well, I'm gonna follow them. Thanks for the follow. I don't know how free emotes work, but... Fizzy too hard. Go get Gozetsu! Gozetsu! Wow. Seems my buddies are just... What's my internet like? Receiving. We just vibe. Beautiful chin. So I'll just I'm gonna send you a DM my Discord for that, because I kind of want to redo this story too, and I think it would just go faster with 2 people, if you don't mind. Oops. I want to read. I'll whisper you my Discord information. Shh. No. I want to see what my buddy's doing. That's an ad. Yeah, yeah, for sure. I'll probably just zoom on though if... I'll probably just zoom on through it if and when I do it. Yeah. I'm gonna switch games. Although, maybe I just keep playing. The next time I disconnect, I will switch games. That's what I'll do. Or I'll end stream, depending on how things go. But that emote, I followed that channel. They seem pretty cool. Discord thing said you are currently not accepting. Oh! Right, I forgot. I have to change that. I forgot I have it set to only people who are in the same server I'm in can add me as a friend. For privacy safeties. Okay, you can add me as a friend now. Oh yeah, Fizzy Games. I've been watching them a bit, but not a lot. Well, a fellow streamer to a fellow streamer, it's I know how important it is to support one another. Speak with the silent conjurer. Sweet. Epic. Yeah, because at the moment I'm not working on Monday or Tuesday, so I got nothing else to do other than stream or play game. Play game.
Dear friends, pray accept my heartfelt thanks for your efforts in defense of Gridania's borders. I would fain dwell longer on my gratitude for the support of the Alliance, but the situation at Belsar's Wall demands that we forego such pleasantries.
Okay, I'll be going back to work on Monday.
According to our most recent intelligence, the cocoon of light that formed in the air above the wall remains undimmed and unbroken.
Alright, you'll send me more on Discord? Awesome.
After measuring the cocoon's etheric concentrations, Archon Y'shtola has confirmed the presence of a primal entity.
Oh, no way. A primal entity. How could I have known?
So we must assume that Ilbert's thrice damned god is indeed trapped within. And what news of the Imperials? They're not like to ignore such a spectacle.
Sir, a Garlean airship was observed making an approach, but the vessel was destroyed when it drew near. The Empire appears to have made no subsequent attempts to reach the object.
How sus?
The soldiers who witnessed the incident spoke of a lance of light issuing from within the cocoon. Of an entire warship being reduced to smoking ruin in the space of a moment.
Papillamo.
Veterans of Cartano, meanwhile, likened the destruction to that wrought by the fiery wrath of Bahamut.
We could face another calamity.
So the Primal is awake then? Contained, yes, but for how long? We must destroy it now, lest it break free.
Agreed. There is, however, the small matter of how to get close enough to a being that swats warships from the sky as you would a bothersome gnat.
We're all thinking,
Is this truly so complex a puzzle? Or have you no stomach for the obvious solution?
Not gonna lie, I kind of like Nero.
What in the hells are you doing here?
A pleasure to see you too, Garland. Now, if you'd be so kind as to explain to these good people why you should be begging me for my assistance, that would be most appreciated.
Who is this man?
Who is this man? Yeah.
Oh, how terrifically rude of me. Nero Tolskeva, former tribunus of the 14th Legion of the Garlean Empire. These days, however, one might say that I'm something of a free agent.
Nero definitely grows on you. Took me a while myself, yeah.
What do you want, Nero?
Yeah, if you do the, like, Crystal Tower, it definitely helps.
I was getting to that. Although you already know what I'm about to propose, old friend. As you have rather belatedly realized, within that frail binding lurks an entity alike in strength to the great Bahamut, and the only force in existence which might conceivably contend with such a foe is the very creation which captured the Elder Primal in the first place. I speak, of course, of Omega.
Omega!
Omega? That hulk has been gathering dust beneath the plains of Cartanau since the Allagans breathed their last. And none alive knows how to wake it.
What do you think Allagans would have looked like? Would they be human?
I'm sorry? Do you understand who it is with whom you have the privilege of speaking? I'm Nero Tolskeva, Master Engineer, the mechanical genius who restored the Ultima weapon to full operational capacity. And as luck would have it, I am graciously offering you the use of my considerable expertise.
And what, you just expect us to accept? You're a fool if you think your deeds at the Crystal Tower are enough to win my trust, Nero.
Trust? You wound me, Garland. All those years, studying side by side at the Academy, sharing both trial and triumph, we were countrymen once, you and I. But sentiment aside, have you a better solution? Or do you mean to send in your vaunted hero there, as you always do, and pray the world is not engulfed in flame? Let us approach the problem in a rational manner. Does not the fact that Omega slumbers in stasis point to the existence of some overriding technology? A means of control?
I was asking, what do you think the
I would ask a question, if I may. Nero, was it not? In the event that we succeeded in using Omega to shackle the Primal in the manner you propose, what then would become of it? Do we not risk repeating the mistakes of the Allagans?
What do the Allagans looked like? What do you
Omega is
think
but a
they
tool.
looked like?
How we choose to employ that tool is entirely up to us. Of course, if you would rather leave it buried beneath Cartanau while you continue your petty squabbles above, then I suppose that is also your choice.
Spare us, Nero. The Seedseer's concern is a valid one. He who controls Omega wields the power of the gods, the very power which led the Allagans to destroy themselves.
And does it not fall to we engineers to prevent such misuse? What was your company's proud slogan? Freedom through technology?
A creed you follow, is it? What say you? Do we take this villain at his word?
He makes a convincing case. Oh, right, we do. I forget. Dirt.
He makes me grind my teeth, is what he does. But I suppose we don't have much of a choice.
And then you see the giant guy who was at Allegan.
Would the Council be willing to entrust this matter to a pair of former Imperials?
Yes. The task of restoring the Allagan relic will be yours. But the responsibility for its reawakening must remain with the Council. Do we condone this course of action?
Aye. 'Twould seem we do. Let the record show that we invest this contingent with the authority to enter Carteneau and take command of Omega. Sid, I appoint you leader of the expedition. Scions, I would ask that you assign some few of your number to escort Master Garland and supervise the other one.
He's like, yeah, I don't know how the giant guy represents the rest of the population, but the clones, I believe, work as a reference.
Being what they are, I dare say our neutrality will prove useful in avoiding any unnecessary entanglements.
If I am not mistaken, Doma occupies a similarly neutral position. Might we not persuade you to join the expedition, Lady Yugiri? If you suspected any foul play from Nero, you would be welcome to kill him.
My blade is yours.
Based.
Not a moment's hesitation, eh? You'll forgive me if I do not shake your hand.
Just like, hey, old friend, what's up, man? You know, I kind of want to play from the Imperial side just to see what it would be like, considering the Garleans can't control magic. Like, what class would they be? Obviously, machinist, right? Maybe gunbreaker. I wonder if that's what will be. Like, I wonder if we'll ever get Imperial armor, because that's what I'm looking forward in Endwalker, hopefully. Like a I know we got like a samurai-ish one. Hmm? Speak with Sid at the airship landing in Gridania. Wait a minute. Dancer. Is that the same person who was in the... Nah, it can't be. Can it? Large loaf, little loaf. Hello to you too, evil Pokeball man. Wait, what? What? Wait, what?